Hi, my name is Talie, and I am from the West Lynn Public Library, and I am here to tell you a little bit about what I have been doing to stay busy for the last week or so, besides working, of course. I have been listening to the audiobook by Annette Marie, and that's called The Alchemist and AMARETTO, and it is in the Guild Codex Spellbound series, Book 5. I like science fiction and fantasy. So that's where I tend to focus my interests, but I also really recommend this short story called The Mangroves by John L. Campbell. It is based on a true story. It's just very descriptive, and I've always really liked it. Another thing that I've been doing is watching Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia, and that is through Vice TV. I watch it from Hulu. That's pretty much it. I've been hanging out with the dogs and the family and staying at home and staying safe, and I hope you are too. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Hi, I'm Cheryl, an adult services librarian, and I just finished watching Tales from the Loop, which is a new series on Amazon Prime. The show is based on a series of paintings and a book by Swedish artist Simon Stålenhag. His paintings depict a strange world where sci-fi and suburbia mix, but the otherworldly elements are not front and center in the show. They are just there and quietly incorporated into each story. The setting is an Ohio town where most of the residents work in an underground facility called The Loop, which was built to explore the mysteries of the universe. In the first episode of the show, a girl's mother disappears, and in the process of searching for her, she meets her future adult self. In another episode, a man accidentally travels to a parallel universe and meets an alternate version of himself, living a better life. This show is slow, understated, and thoughtful. There's not a lot of action, but the stories really make you think. I highly recommend it.
Hello, this is Sara. Hope you're all staying safe inside. Recently, I enjoyed You're Not Listening, What You're Missing, and Why It Matters by New York Times contributor Kate Murphy. In this book, Murphy explores the new phenomenon of loneliness in the internet-connected world, which I think is something many may be feeling during this time. This book blends cultural observation and the neuroscience of listening in an approachable way, documenting relatable situations in which many of us have found ourselves on both sides of. This is not a self-help book, but it does offer practical advice to everyday interpersonal and professional communication situations, such as making assumptions on what your partner will say, listening to opposing viewpoints, and supporting conversations instead of trying to turn the conversation to be about you. This has been recommended by a couple of library journals, as well as online book review websites. I personally blew through this in 2 days and would highly recommend this for everyone, as there's probably something that would be of benefit to you.
Hi. My name is Patty, and I work at the West Lynn Public Library. And I was going to talk today about some programs that we've watched in the past that happen to be subtitled. These are all appearing on Netflix. And I know not everybody's into subtitles, but I would encourage you to give it a try. There's some great TV series out there. The first one I was going to talk about was a series called Babylon Berlin. This is set in 1929 Germany in Berlin. This is during the Weimar Republic, and it focuses on a police inspector who is a World War I veteran suffering from PTSD, and he starts out investigating an extortion case, but becomes so much more than that. And I really, hats off to the showrunners who really tried to capture 1929 Berlin with the clothing and the atmosphere and the music. They really did a great job. I would encourage you to give that a try. The second series that we've looked at is called Hotel Beau Séjour. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is a supernatural murder mystery. It's about a young woman, a teenager, who wakes up and discovers her own dead body. And the series is her trying to figure out who killed her and why. Very, very good show. The next program is a series called Occupied. And this is based on a Joe Nesbo book. It's about the tensions between Russia and Norway after Norway decides to stop producing its fossil fuels, of which Russia is receiving. And Russia decides to occupy Norway to keep receiving those fossil fuels. It's about both countries walking a fine line, trying to keep from setting off a world war in order to keep getting these supplies of fossil fuels. Also a very good program. The last program that we're watching is a series called Freud, and it takes the real-life character of Sigmund Freud, a bit of historical fiction, and kind of, I guess, reimagines him. And this is when he was in his early career and he was exploring using hypnosis. And in this series, he uses hypnosis to solve certain crimes, which is, it's also pretty interesting. So I would encourage you to give those a go. I understand if it's not your cup of tea, but what other programs are you watching? Please let us know. Post them in the comments. You all have a great day, and it was nice to talk to you. Please stay safe.